Photography is life for me.
Welcome to the JesseAF show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to my daily podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbollen and welcome to the JesseAF show. Today is Sunday, May 26th, 2019, episode 105 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode. So please check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube, so if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Photography is life, and it's a lot for me to understand that. It's a lot for me to look back at that and be like, you know, it really is. And photography is literally my life, and I've grown up around photography for my entire life. My dad has always been photographing everything that I do, everything that my brother does, and I really picked it up from him, mostly, because he's always had a DSLR. Yeah, he's always carried around the DSLR, and I've always been one of the prime focuses of those pictures. You know, I've always been either woodworking or bike riding or whatever it is, going on trips, and I've always been in those pictures, along with my brother, of course. But I've always been posing for photos. It's just something that I've always had in my life, you know. It's always been there in my life, and photography in general is just so interesting to me, because I mean, yeah, it's simple. It's a simple notion that you get to record what you see in a still frame, you know, and it's different, right? You look at it and you're like, you have so much power when you do that. You know, you really do. And yesterday I took some photos of myself. I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like taking some pictures. So I did. And I just put a shirt on, nice blue shirt that it's buttoned up. It's kind of relaxed shirt. Not really a fancy shirt, but it was a fancy relaxed shirt. I dressed up, okay, and I set up my camera on a tripod, and I was like, I like this pose. I like this environment. I love how the light is playing with the environment, and I just want to use it, you know, and I just looked at it and I was like, what can I do with this? And then I just started doing different poses. I changed my emotions in the picture, and the final product, it was just... So I grabbed the photos in Lightroom and I moved them around a little bit. I was like, you know what? I really like these photos. I don't really like those photos. Those photos are a little blurry because I was taking these photos by myself. I wasn't really I didn't have a good handle on my focus because I was moving around a bunch. So I chose the photos I wanted. I fixed the lighting in Adobe Lightroom. And I really almost touched them up just a little bit, just enough, and what shined through was just the emotion. I really captured my emotion in the photos, and that's kind of what I wanted to do from the start. I just kind of wanted to capture the emotion, but I didn't know how I was going to capture it. I just did it. And the final product was just, it was stunning. I absolutely loved it. I loved the photos that I came up with, and they really do speak to me in a different way, and that's just kind of how photography is for me. When I get behind the camera, when I'm in control of those shots and what goes on, what the subject is doing, and everything else, it's just second nature to me. I look at the subject, I'm like, move your chin a little bit more over there, look at me like this, maybe look this way more. It's almost like painting a picture when you're working with the subject. You're moving the subject, you're like, what do I do next? It's different. I don't know how really to explain it, but I love doing it. I love setting up the shot. I love getting the light in the right spot. I love looking for the shadows and where they go. And it just works. It's even more difficult to do it when you're taking self-portraits, because you don't even know what you look like, except if you are using the little screen. You pull out the screen if your camera has that. My camera actually does have that, so I use that when I do the self-portraits. But it's just, I kind of get what I'm looking at, but I don't, because the display isn't the best display in the world, so I'm really only guessing. It's like, that kind of looks good. Okay, I'll take that. And then I move my face a little bit. I'm like, yeah, and every little movement matters. Every little differentiating factor of your face matters when it comes to a portrait. And I love it. I absolutely love taking portraits, and photography is my life. I love taking photos, and I know that if I actually focused on taking photography seriously and doing more of it, I would be way more famous than I ever could be at doing drawing. Because at least with the photography, I can manipulate every aspect while also having it look rich and beautiful. I absolutely love the photos that I got, and I changed my profile picture on my Instagram and my Facebook with those photos. It's just, one photo works for this one photo works for that one. I even uploaded them to Behance, which is Adobe's platform for social media. Basically, it's where artists can publish their work, and they can get other artists' impressions on their work, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great experience. It's a great portfolio. But I absolutely love the photos that I came up with, and they worked so well, and I love photography. I do, and I want to be known as a photographer, not a graphic designer or a pencil artist. I want to be known for my photography. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is my thing. Maybe this is the thing that I've been looking for my whole life. Because photography is just, it's a true embodiment of soul, It's where you can really capture someone's soul. I have a book called The Soul of the Photographer, or something like that. And I've actually read a lot of it. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I will eventually read it all. I love the perspective of the artist, or the photographer that wrote the book. And I just absolutely love it. And I also have a book on posing, and And I have a couple of photo books, just photography, and I just absolutely love looking at photography and analyzing it and seeing what they did with the subject and how they played with the lighting and this and that, and it's beautiful to me. I love it, and I think photography really is my thing. I believe photography is my thing. And I think I'm going to talk about it more often. I think this is the first moment that I've actually really understood that it is my thing, and I'm so okay with it. I love taking photos. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. I know I did. Photography is so ingrained in my blood. It's just something that I've done for forever. I mean, I've always had a DSLR. I've always had access to that type of photography, and I love it. And it's something different for me. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. I know I did. It's so much fun to make these episodes, and this is videography. Maybe I'm a videographer too. Who knows? But I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a really great day, and I hope you guys enjoy your Memorial Day tomorrow. I know I will, but I will see you guys tomorrow.